The storage industry is something that's always dynamic. We believe that it's a market which will continue to grow leaps and bounds, and we have seen the storage industry um, evolve from what we see as dedicated infrastructure to shared to virtualized to cloud-based infrastructure, and we find it very exciting to be a part of helping our customers not only manage this growth of storage, but also secure it and ensure that they have absolute control over what the data that they generate and how they will retain it and how they will use it for analytics and other insights that this data can eventually give them. So, if you look at how we have designed our products, it's essentially designed across fundamentally three philosophies. It must have scale, it must have speed, which is performance, and then it must be very simple. We call it, a very simple model of managing the infrastructure. Essentially, what we think will matter to customers is that today, with Internet of Things, with social media content, with their own businesses adopting cloud technologies, moving fast on analytics, as well as the data that is getting generated on the structured and the unstructured side, they will need enormous amounts of data that needs to be generated, and they need to be stored. So you need scale in terms of how you manage this data. The second part is the ability to actually deliver the performance. Today, businesses are 24/7. They need their data to be always on, and therefore they must also deliver that performance at the same time, scale up to the demands that the data capacities are required. So that's the second part. And when the scale as well as the performance requirements are being met, it should be very simple for the customer to manage it. So that's where the simplicity comes in. So if you look at our philosophy of how we design our products, it's speed, scale, and simplicity. And therein lies the crux of how our customers would like to consume the storage, how we would like to propose a solution to our customers, and how our engineers are constantly striving hard to deliver on this promise. So if you look at our pathways ecosystem, as we call it, we have partners of all types. So we have cloud service providers, we have system integrators, we have global system integrators, we have resellers, we have distributors, we have ISVs. So all of them actually have a big play in terms of how our NetApp product and our services and solutions are taken effectively to the customers. And the proof of the pudding is actually the customer actually benefiting from what we have to offer from an engineering standpoint of view. So if you look at how we are going to engage the marketplace, we are essentially looking at coverage across all industries and the workloads that customers are looking at. We are looking at the cloud market in a big way. And finally, we are also looking at ensuring partners have the right capabilities and certifications to go and address the customer solutions. So essentially, we engage the partners on the three fundamentals. First is that we actually jointly go and engage our customers together to ensure that we are jointly able to drive a certain level of consistency in customers' IT behavior and the outcomes of it for his business. The second part is about helping the partners actually effectively create an identity of for them to establish joint business value proposition. And third is that we help them actually get skilled and trained to ensure that they have the ability to go and execute the IT strategy for the customer. In fact, it's a question that has been asked whether it is physical storage is relevant at all today, because storage by itself has moved towards first virtualization and effectively onto the cloud. So in today's context, we see hyperconverged infrastructure, shared and virtualized environments are the norm, and customers will eventually graduate on a hybrid cloud environment, whether it's on-prem, off-prem, or with the hyperscalers. And so we are uniquely positioned to address this whole challenge with our NetApp data fabric, where the customer can actually retain control of his data, whether the data sits within his own data center, on a friendly neighborhood cloud service provider, or any of the hyperscalers. And that's where the final lay of the land is going to be as far as storage is concerned. The fundamental premise of building all our products today is that they are flash ready and cloud enabled. So if all of us believe that cloud is the model that how IT will be consumed, then I think we are best positioned to address this market. If you look at our product line that we have today, our FAS product line, it's built ground up, like I said, for cloud. It supports secure multi-tenancy, which is one of the primary reasons why we are very popular among all cloud service providers, and I can probably state that we are a leader in that space. Security is a big ask in such environments, and I think we have ensured that there's enough engineering to ensure the customers are very happy with what they can get from NetApp. The other point, like I mentioned earlier, the scale, the ability to simply manage the storage are other important aspects. Certain aspects of our technology are something that we have been delivering for a long time. We are actually protocol agnostic. We can look at any of the protocols that the customers may want to run, which is typically the case on a cloud environment. And we are very well positioned, and we're probably far ahead than any of our competitors on this journey. Many of our competitors are just catching up with this architecture that we have. That's on the fast side. There are other interesting aspects on the cloud and virtualized environments. For example, backup and disaster recovery on the cloud is another big trend. And if you look at both our FAS as well as our E-Series product line, they're perfectly positioned to actually address the requirements in that market. I guess it's a matter of time. It's no longer a question of if, but it's a question of when. And while we see different customers at different levels of maturity to understand the cloud and go on that journey, I think it's an eventuality waiting to happen. And all I can say is that we are ready for it today, as we were ready for the virtualization game several years back. And that's one of the reasons why we are very successful in this market. So I have certain things that I think will happen in the short term as far as the market is concerned. One is, I think, analytics is one big trend that we're seeing, where business outcomes on big data is something that customers will start working in earnest towards. The second part is that hybrid clouds will certainly become a norm for a lot of our customers. And lastly, I think data privacy and security are big concerns for our customers, and we work with our partners in our ecosystem to ensure that we are able to deliver that capability along with them to address that market requirement. Yeah, we will continue to operate on ensuring that we cover the market well. There are some big investments that we are seeing from the government We are seeing how customers are using IT to transform their business again. There's a big convergence of forces, so to say, whether it's cloud, whether it's analytics, whether it's mobile devices. So there's a big convergence that's happening, and we believe that many of our partners are gearing themselves to address that big change that customers are going through. We are also working with a new set of partners who we believe will be able to actually ride this entire change that's happening in the industry. So we will continue to invest in the right set of partners. We will continue to invest in the growth sectors that we're seeing in the marketplace, and we will also ensure that we deliver all the services directly or through partners to go and address the customer requirements.